All right, this is Lucifer here, business and spiritual consultant as always. And if you're wondering what is Lucifer doing on earth, well, let me tell you. He's talking about everything the earth is made of, which is what business and spirituality. Yes, sir, Bob. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time joining in, welcome. Please subscribe. If you like what you hear, leave a comment, leave a like, start a conversation, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Now, um, let's see here. No, put it back here. Uh, okay, so why? You have to remember, we have to know, we have to understand, because a lot of people, I get a lot of flack. I get a lot of flack and a lot of curses thrown at me because of the things I say. Because of the things I say. Not the things I do, the things I say. So the thing is, a lot of people feel like demonology. Give me a second here. Demonology, people feel like it's evil. It's an evil thing. People don't want to see it. They're afraid of it. They despise it. Give me a second. They despise it. They hate it. Let me put my mask on for 2 seconds. My superhero mask on. There you go. Now I feel more comfortable. I got my Spider-Man suit on right now. So anyway, these glasses, by the way, actually do have superpowers. It's amazing. I bought them off of Amazon. I was looking for Segway. I was looking for something to stop the flashes, the light flashes from hitting my eyesight. Did you know that the light? This is the reason why having too many. There's too much. When the sun hits a reflection and it hits your eyes, it actually causes corrosion in your eyes. So, and you will build up worms inside of your eye. Your eye may end up sick. That will end up being cataract and stuff like that. So basically the sun is burning your eyes right out of your eye socket. It's freaking crazy if you think about it. So I got myself some glasses, some light refraction glasses, a polarized sunglasses. That's how they call it, polarized sunglasses. And what it does is it stops the UV rays from hitting your eyes, from in your iris, from in your iris and the contour of your iris and so on and so on. Your cornea, whatever. So yeah, so these glasses are actually magical. They're magical sunglasses. Um, yeah, so people are afraid of demonology, man. It's diabolical and blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, if it's so damn bad, why am I getting attacked? If you think about it for 2 seconds, I live in a world that's ruled by the devil, right? And I'm supposed to be a devil worshiper, right? Or I am a devil worshiper. So why, what? Like, how does that make any freaking sense? Something very malicious is going on. There's a lot of people that be like, "Oh, nothing wrong is happening," and blah. No, something very wrong is happening, bro. Now we don't have to get involved. Like I said, there's a way. There's a way. I'm telling you, there's a way that you can live within the matrix and thrive. Not only, me. The thing is, okay, that's easy for me to say. No, it's not. It's not easy for me to say because I've been there and I've done that. Like I've been to. I went down the rabbit hole. You know, I you know, I fought for justice and Christian and Catholicism and Christianity. Like, I really was a believer, you know. So, and then some. I did more than that. So, like, I really went balls to the wall with this shit, you know. So it's not easy for me to say because I'm in the same situation you is, where I'm looking at people talking about the same thing I'm talking about, and you know, you feel like, well, these guys, they already established, they already have this, they already have that, and then they tell us that you can manifest shit. You already had the shit before you started manifesting shit. You know what I mean? And that's the fucking difference. You already had the shit before, you know, so, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's different people, different colors, and different, you know, different strokes. Different strokes. That's all it is. It's just different strokes. There's nothing wrong with that, damn it. But for everybody else, that feels like it's bullshit because either the person didn't manifest that yet, or they already had that shit before, so it's easy for somebody. And but that's the trick though. That's the trick. Do it anyway, man. Check out what you can get and what you cannot get. I guarantee you, bro. Like, I manifested the weirdest shit ever. I'm a weird person, so you tell me that I can create anything I want, just like Star Lord. I'm gonna create some weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, I want some weird fucking stuff happening, you know, and it fucking works. You know, it fucking works. Period. So anyway, people feel like demonology is a bad thing and stuff like that and blah blah blah. But the thing is, like I said before, I don't know why did I end up in that conversation. Anyway, I'll come right back to it later. So there's nothing wrong with it, man. Like, there's nothing wrong with demonology, bro. Like, it's not good and it's not bad. It's benign. It's an element. It's like air, water, earth. You got light and darkness. There's seven elements. You got wind, fire, earth, water, light, and darkness. Oh, and there's also metal, I guess. That's an element too. So there's 8 elements, not just 7. A lot of people don't count darkness as an element. It's just an element, you know. And when you poisoned yourself with too much light, you need to cure yourself with a little bit of darkness, baby. That's all it is. That's all it is. When you poisoned yourself with too much light, you just need to add a little bit of darkness. That's all it is. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing. A lot of people catch flack, but the thing is, because I'm that powerful, so they know I'm kind of like a leader. I'm kind of like a leader, you know? So I get attacked first because these people, whoever they are, even though it's not true, I am not the first, obviously, you know, but they feel like, I think it's because of my charisma and my attitude. They feel like if I bring this dude down, everybody else is gonna be like, yeah, I ain't fucking with that shit, because if that guy goes down, anybody can go down. No, man, no. Hey, relax. Chill for a second. Okay. I am not the first. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even have said shit if it wasn't for like EA. To be honest, I wouldn't have said shit. I would have been tearing my hair out. You know what I mean? With my fucking hands, I'd be like sitting in my house tearing my fucking hair out, man. Like, trying to be like, how do I do this? Then I discovered this dude's channel, man. I was like, yo, I'm okay. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. So that's why at first we hit it up. Me and EA was like, we hit it up. It was a good thing. There was a good little exchange there for a minute. And then he got taken down, which was part of the plan, which was obvious. They always attack shit that come on, man. Like, hey, shit is planned. Come on, man. Hey, man, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping, man. I'm shadow banned on YouTube. I'm shadow banned on YouTube, man. Like this shit is for real, bro. But me, the problem is I'm being hunted. I don't have time to manifest everything I want. I still do it anyway. I still try to manifest. Don't get it twisted. I believe in this magic shit, but it doesn't always work. It doesn't always turn out the way I wanted it to turn out because of all the interference that's involved. There's a lot of. I have my own magic system that I have created. And it involves a lot of principles of the laws of attraction. Oh man, I'm gonna take off the glasses because I keep seeing my reflection inside of the glass. It's annoying. Sorry. I like looking at myself, but not that much. Okay. Shit, I'm looking at myself right now. So what's the point of believing in darkness if you can't just manifest shit? Because I poisoned my soul with too much light. You gotta have a little bit of light. I got a little bit of light in me. I'm not completely 100% darkness. There has to be a little bit of a balance. There has to be a part of you that's a little bit light. But the part of me that's light is not the bad part, it's the good parts. Well, at least I think it's the good parts. But that's what I assume anyways. I don't know if that's true, to be quite honest. But I do know that I am trying to remove as much poison in my cup as possible. That's what I'm doing. I don't know about everybody else, but that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to remove as much poison in my cup that I put in myself. Because nobody put it there. I'm the one that put it there. So people gave me the information, but I got free will. I decided to believe in the stuff. I wasn't obligated to believe in the stuff. I just decided to believe in the stuff because everybody else told me to believe in the stuff. So that's what I did. It's like going to school. It's the same thing. Christianity is like going to school. It's like your teachers, I don't know, but me, where I come from, the teachers always used to ask us, why are you going to school? Nobody knew the answer. The teachers would tell us because somebody told you to. I don't know why teachers would tell us that, but every few months, and I shit you not, every few months, the teachers in our school would ask us that question, why are you going to school? And everybody would be like, because our parents told us so. And yeah, that's exactly it, because your parents told you to. That's the only reason why you're going to school, because if nobody told you to go to school, you probably wouldn't go to school. Unless you saw the point or the reason why it's good to go to school. So Christianity falls in the same place. People believe in it because other people told them to believe in it. But if nobody told you to believe in it, you probably wouldn't believe in it. Maybe. It depends on the person. Hold up, because the energy of perfection. Give me a second. So, it's the same thing. So when you realize everything is a simulation, everything is fake, you're just part of a fucking matrix, well, what are you supposed to believe in? Believe in all the things that were said that wasn't good for you. Period. check those things out. Have some discernment, of course. Because hurting people, hurting children, and things that matter, that's still a bad thing. But to me, that comes from the light. And to me, that comes from the light. And it's obvious to see, why is there so many pedophiles in churches? Why? And then those same churches are going to say, oh, it's the Satanists. It's the Satanists that are pedophiles. No, nigga, you a pedophile, bro. Like, you sitting there calling you projecting, bro. That's called projection. You projecting, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, we don't even have a church. People like us don't even have a place to fucking congregate. In the first damn place, we don't even have somewhere to congregate. Where are we catching these fucking children? How are we like chopping it up and catching these fucking children to do shit with it and whatever? You know what I mean? We don't do that shit. You know what I mean? You got and even if we did, okay, let's be real for a second. Let's be real for a second. At least we're not doing it inside of a goddamn consecrated ground, bro. Shit. Consecrated ground, bro. You fucking children in consecrated ground, bro. Like, what? Give me a fucking break. Like, give me a break, bro. Like, that's way worse. That's way worse. Way worse. That's like... And we're the fucking devil worshippers, right? There's nothing more diabolical than going somewhere that's supposed to be sacred and divine to fuck a child in, bro. Like, goddamn. Hello. Shit. Anyways, it's not funny, but I failed to see how it's not funny at the same fucking time. The irony is amazing. The irony is amazing, bro. Like, I would never, like, dude. What? I mean, like, okay. I'm gonna stop right there. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to my apples here. You know, but the shit is crazy, though. It's insane. Think about it for 2 seconds, man. Like, think about it for 2 seconds. The church is blaming us for shit. They're telling us we're the bad people and we're doing this, while they're the ones doing the shit that they blame us that we're doing. That's crazy. So to me, that shit comes from the light. That's what the light represents to me. But it does. I know it sounds... When I say it like that, it doesn't sound like it makes sense, but listen up. Listen. It comes from the light. How? To me, it comes from the light because, you know, like, it's paradise. You can do whatever you want in paradise. That's the whole fucking purpose of paradise. Is that you can do whatever you want. So if you want to fuck a kid, you can fuck a kid if you want. It's fucked up shit to say. It's a fucked up shit to say, but that's how the light... That's what the light is. The light is broadband. It's a vibration. It's a overall vibration that created a platform. They use sound to create the pyramids. So it's a platform. The light is a platform. The light is a dimension that we live in right now. It's overrun. There's no balance. It's just light everywhere. So to me, that shit comes from the light. And of course it comes from the light because, you know, everybody that comes from the light is doing the fucking thing. Because not everybody is a fucking Luciferian. Not everybody is a black magician. And there's a very small minority of us compared to everybody else in the world. Compared to all the 7 billion people on the world, there's a small minority. And the small minority is getting blamed for things that they didn't do. They're getting blamed for things that they didn't do. In the meantime, The people actually doing the shit that comes from the light, that propagate the light, that push agendas that comes from the light, they're the ones doing the fucked up shit. And everybody knows it. I'm not even saying anything that people don't know. That's the worst part. I'm not even saying something that people don't know. People know this. They already know this. The problem is, they already know this, but the problem is that they're scared or something. I don't know. Or they just want to mind their business because they're about their business. I don't know. You know? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't want to talk about pedos either. I don't want to talk about grape. I don't want to talk about pedos either. But it's just sometimes it's good. Like, sometimes, you have to do what you have to do. I mean, shit, if these guys are preparing to put my ass in the fucking street, I might as well do these fucking videos and be real. You know what I mean? Because if that's the plan, to put my ass in the street, I might as well, I might as well. I might as well. I love being here with you guys, man. You have no idea. You don't even know how much I love being here with you guys. I lost a couple viewers. I lost a lot of viewers, man, but I like being here with you guys, man. And don't forget to subscribe, bro. Subscribe. Help my channel out. Help me out a little bit, man. Subscribe to my fucking channel, man. Subscribe to my channel. It's not hard. All you have to do is click subscribe. And then you get new videos like this all the time. Help this channel out. Help this channel out. Because even if they put me in the street, at least if I monetize this, at least I have a little, extra money. I'll be able to eat something. You know what I mean? Help me eat. Man. Damn. Just subscribe. That's all you have to do. Just subscribe. That's it. It's not hard. That's all you have to do. Just click on one button and it's done. You're a superhero. If you click on the fucking subscribe button, you're a superhero. Period. You'll be blessed. So that's the reason why I'm in the darkness right now. Cause that's why I'm in the dark right now. That's why I'm in the abyss right now. Cause it feels safer. It feels better and it feels safer. I feel safer in the abyss. I mean, like, I've been in the light. It's super dangerous. People are crazy. They're doing the shit that I don't understand. For reasons that I don't understand. It's too complicated. Right? Okay, demonology is complicated too. True. They mess around with your head a lot. True. But at least I'm learning something. At least I'm doing something. At least I'm evolving and not devolving. I'm evolving. I'm not devolving. Like it feels like when you're in the light, it feels like you're devolving. Like, instead of evolving, you're like turning into a fucking zombie and shit, man. You're like, everything is destroyed and like, what the fuck, man? Like, what is that? Like, like what is going on, man? I guarantee you, like, all the demonologists I met in my life were level-headed people. Personally, the ones that I met were level-headed people, and the community. This community is great. They're not racist. They're not even racist. The church is racist. Dude, like, people accept me. Like, people accept my presence. Like, demonologists accept my presence, man. And it's not because I'm black. It's not because I'm white. It's not because I'm black. They just accept my existence. There's a bunch of black demonologists, black devil worshippers, whatever you want to fucking call it, whatever makes you feel comfortable. you know. But there's a bunch of black ones too, you know, and they're accepted. Nobody, I never heard a demonologist be like, "Oh, those people over there, you know, you know." I've never heard that. I never heard that. So if people practice black magic more, if people practice, well, not practice black magic, that's not very cool. But like, if people practice more, if people harnessed more dark energy and practice the knowledge of what is kept hidden in the dark, the world would be a lot better. The world would be a lot better, man. It would have been a lot better, man. Like I said, Sodom and Gomorrah was a nice place. Sodom and Gomorrah was an amazing place. Was the shit. Was a place. It was Vegas, baby. 10 times better than Vegas. 100 times better than Vegas. Everything was fine. He was just jealous because we didn't need him to have fun. And it's coming back. Sodom and Gomorrah is coming back. And there's nothing you or anybody else can do about it. It's coming back. It's coming back. The age of lawlessness is coming back. That's going to be amazing. When the age of lawlessness is going to come back, that's going to be grandiose. Because that's going to be like, when the age of lawlessness is going to be there, that's going to be when we're going to be at the pinnacle of our personal power. Because that's going to mean we won't need police because we'll be able to defend ourselves. And then some. And we already can. We already can. We can already do it. We can already do it. So that's the reason why. That's the reason why I don't just manifest. That's the reason why I don't just create things out of my mind, which I am capable of doing, which I have done in front of other people. So I'm capable of doing it. But there is interference. There is interference. There is somebody somewhere, something causing interference. And that's the reason why for some people it doesn't work. They feel like it doesn't work. But maybe it's not working because somebody around you might be jealous of you, man. Maybe. That might be the reason. Not all the time. Sometimes the person just doesn't do it right. But if you do something 500 times and it don't work, I can't really say it's because you're not doing it right. Because after the 100th time, you probably was doing it right. So if that's the case, then somebody doesn't want you to have success. And that's a real thing. Like I said, this is paradise, but there are royal guards. This is a palace. There's royal guards. There's politicians and all that shit. Queens, kings, all of the above. This is a palace. So you got to understand that you got to work within the barem of how you work within a palace. How you work within royalty. Because you are royalty. So now you have to act and understand what royalty means and what level of royalty you at. And the level of royalty that you're at is very important. Because that's the thing that's going to let you know if somebody is actually trying to stop you from gaining the things that you want. And don't be surprised if that's the case. Because there's a lot of people that are specific I don't want to say special because I don't want anybody to feel like they're not special, but there's some people that are specific to a certain timeline, you know, especially when we start believing in 144 and the 144,000 and, you know, and all that shit and Jesus and all that, right? When we start believing in that, you are in a certain state, you are at a certain level of understanding, right? And that level of understanding might not be what these powers that are capable of doing the same thing that you're capable of doing probably doesn't want. Like I said before, there is a polar opposite. If you are good, then there is a version of you that is bad. It's balanced. There's a yin and a yang, right? So if you're almighty, all powerful, but all good, there's another person or another entity or whatever, or a group of people. It could be manifested as a group of people, depending on who you are, that are the complete polar opposite of who you are. Right? But like I said before, at the end of the day, the one after all the dust is settled, right? After the smoke clears, right? The only one left to fight is yourself. So at the end of the day, you're fighting yourself. You're fighting yourself, but you don't need to fight yourself. You need to understand yourself. You need to understand yourself, not fight yourself, because you're never gonna win. Yourself already knows what you're gonna do before you do it. He's you, you know. He's you, so he already knows, you know. Like, he moves the same way you move, so you'll never win. So the only way to actually have some form of victory is by understanding yourself. And I can say the same thing about the other side too. I would say the same thing about the other side, but the other side doesn't care about that because that's what they do. That's what their job is. Their job is to not give a shit about that because they're the complete polar opposite of you. So if I care, there's a version of me that does not care. That's called cause and effect. That's interdimensional ways of thinking. It's an interdimensional, it's a quantum dimension way of thinking. Because as soon as you make the choice to fight, and you actually succeed, at the end of the day, when all this, like I said, when all the smoke clears, you'll end up with having to deal with yourself. And what I mean by that is, metaphysically, of course, what I mean by that is, you're sitting at home and you're practicing black magic. The more the power grows within you, the more you advance in your process, in your progress, you will be confronted with your ego, with your other self, with your dark self, right? Some people call it the shadow. So now you need to understand your shadow. You need to understand your shadow, not defeat it. As horrible as your shadow is, you need to understand it. Like, I understand it. You can see the way that I'm talking, I understand it. I mean, I would never be like, okay, so what? Who cares if we were pedophiles? You know, like, I would never say that unless I understood what I was saying. And that takes a high level of understanding. And a lot of people are not capable of having that level of understanding for good reasons. And also, there's a little bit of stubbornness there. There's a little bit of stubbornness there. Because at the end of the day, we're all the same. So, who he has not sinned, cast the first stone. You know what I mean? Of course, when we're talking about pedophiles, it's a bit easy to cast a stone, but But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know very well what I mean. Okay? So anyways, but in the barum of things like those, you need to understand this. Like I always say, I'm Moriarty. Call me Moriarty, the villain from Sherlock Holmes. He's the epitome of all evil. You know? But he's not doing it on purpose. He's just so fucking smart that he's just so connected to the earth and everything around him that unfortunately he is the epitome of evil. He's the number one. But I can say the same thing about Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is Moriarty. The Moriarty doesn't exist. Moriarty never existed. The thing, he was chasing himself. Sherlock Holmes was chasing himself because he was too good at what he evolved and transcended what he is and who he is and what he does. But the more he progressed, there's it's like two energy balls. You have your energy ball, right, that you're working on, that you're creating. You have your energy ball that you're creating and you're evolving and you're putting energy into it. You're putting energy into it. You're putting energy into it. But the thing is, on the other side of the spectrum, there's a little tiny ball that's being created too. And that tiny ball is called the adverse effect. It's the consequence of your power, right? It's the balancing, right? So that ball becomes bigger and bigger and bigger too, at the same time that you're practicing. Your ego, who exists, who is you, will grow in power as you go along. Why? Because your negative energy has to go somewhere since you're not using it anymore. Right? So it's only normal for weird shit to happen. And that's how you fall into the fourth dimension. This is fourth dimensional speaking right now. I'm not in the 5D right now. I'm in the 4D. You know? Because there's a lot of turmoil in the world. And there's a reason for that. So I guess people need to hear 4D talking. Because right now, if we're talking about 5D, if we're talking about we are gods and the whole world is beautiful and blah, 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 that sounds like bullshit. It sounds like bullshit. So if you want some 4D shit, this is some 4D shit. This is some 4D shit. This is the shit that you want to hear. This is the shit that make you feel like, okay, this is real. This is reality. Like, I'm grounded now. You know what I mean? Like, that's reality. Reality is people doing bad shit. They're blaming other people for it. They're throwing wars. People are throwing stones. People are bombing places. We got wars all over the place. All kinds of shit. So yeah. So this is fourth dimensional thinking. This is how you're supposed to be walking within these fourth dimensional walls. With understanding. And power. Not just being a bitch. You gotta have the power. Because just understanding without any power, that's being a bitch. I'm kidding. I'm fucking tripping, dude. I'm kidding. I'm tripping, bro. I'm tripping, bro. But for real, like, you gotta have the power that comes with the understanding. Because there is power behind knowledge. Knowledge is power. You can't be walking around not having that power. But you have the knowledge. That don't make no damn sense. If you have the knowledge, you have the power. Period. So what is the reason why you should follow Lucifer? Because you want your life back. Because you want to evolve. You want to become better. Because like I said before, like everybody already knows, Lucifer is a square. Lucifer is a perfect square. No pun intended, no offense meant. But Lucifer is a perfect square. He's a perfect cube. He's a perfect cube. He's perfect. It's the energy is perfection. It's like I said in my last video. The reason why all this happened is not because Lucifer was jealous. That's what they told us. Lucifer wasn't jealous. He just understood the knowledge that was given to him. And then he decided to want to use that power. And there's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, someone should have gave him a platform for him to use that power. They should have gave him, instead of saying he's jealous and shit like that, they should have been like, okay, let me see. I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you this space. Manage this space, and we'll see if you are as good as you say you are. Just manage that space, and bada bing. That's it. But that's not what they did. As soon as he opened his mouth, all of a sudden, oh, he's jealous. He's just jealous. He's just this. Blah 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 blah. That's craziness. That's no. That shit don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. How can it be perfect and in his perfection believes something that would be detrimental to you? Like, he wasn't perfect then. It's either he was perfect or he wasn't. It's one or the other. So maybe what the Bible should do is rewrite the part where they say he's perfect. Because that is absurd. It doesn't make any sense. Somebody that's perfect wouldn't create a world that is imperfect. Why would he do that? You know, the same thing for God, Sakla. Why would he create the earth? He's perfect, and then create the earth unperfectly. Like, not, why would he do that? Like, what the fuck? What the point? What's your point? You know, like, just saying it doesn't even add up. Just saying it makes no sense. I'm saying it, and as I say it, I lack. It is that my brain is frying just thinking of it. You know, like. So, anyways, you got the energy of perfection. That's why you should follow Lucifer. You know, not to become perfect, but to have more understanding about your inner self and how your mind functions. The devil is a gentleman. And anybody that ever met him knows that. So there's no reason that you cannot have a conversation with a gentleman. Unless you feel intimidated because you feel you're not smart enough or good enough or some shit like that. But he's a gentleman. A gentleman does not judge people because that person believes that they are not good enough. No. That would not make him a gentleman if that was the case. He's a gentleman because he will listen to you, regardless of your status or who you are. He's always the same with everybody. He's a gentleman with me. He's going to be a gentleman with you. You know? So anyway. Working with Lucifer and maybe I might be overdoing it with the whole gentleman thing because we are talking about a demon here. We are talking about a demon here. And personally, in my experience, the reason why I say that is Lucifer loves to give gifts. He's like Santa Claus. He comes down your fucking chimney. You call him. He comes down your chimney. You write a little letter. Right, to Santa Claus, and then he comes down the chimney, and then he gives you a bunch of gifts. Because in my experience, like me, I'm used to magic. I'm used to spirits. I'm used to spiritual entities, right? But that doesn't mean that I can take care. I presently in my present circumstance that does not let me the possibility of taking care of multiple spirits at the same time. But in my experience, when he feels like it, when Lucifer feels like it, he will bring you a bunch of gifts. Like he brought me a bunch of demons. Some of them died because I didn't know what to do. I was like, yo, he gave me like 5 fucking demons. Like one night, he came and he gave me like 5 different demons to work with. I'm like, bruh, like I don't have space for this shit, man. Like it's like, oh well, too bad, ciao. He just gave me a bunch of demons and then went away. I only kept one. That's the only one I kept. You know, it's my hellhound. I have a hellhound. I kept my hellhound and which works marvelously. By the way, if you never had a hellhound or you never tried having a hellhound, you should. It's fucking awesome. It's freaking awesome. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. Like if you have enemies at you or you have like people that don't like you, just hellhound the motherfucker. Like it's awesome. You know. So he brings gifts. So of course a Christian, a Muslim, a Christian, a Catholic would invoke Lucifer for the first time and then get bombarded with demons. Yeah, he's gonna flip out. Somebody that's not used to that kind of shit, he's gonna flip the fuck out. He's gonna be scared. He's gonna get scared. He's gonna flip the fuck out, and he's gonna be like, "This is the diabolical shit," and blah 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 blah. To me, it's not diabolical. To me, it's just like I just don't have the space for all that shit. Thank you, and that's pretty much it. You know, nothing bad happened. Nothing, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing bad's gonna happen. You know, he just likes giving gifts. He gives gifts sometimes. Lucifer is a gift-giving demon, and he loves doing that to the detriment of your own self. Sometimes I'm like, why, dude? Like, like, why are you so generous? Like, you don't have to give me all this, man. Like, I just asked you a question. Like, like. So Santa Claus does exist in some shape or form. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, they are demons, so they do have demonic things about them. Like literal demonic things about them. But like I said before, it wasn't by choice. You know, I mean, of course he chose to leave heaven. He chose to leave heaven, true. But he also came to the realization that now he has to fill his own cup. So, I don't know how long and how far Lucifer went to harness this dark energy. But it must have been hard, and it must have been a very lonely and very hard thing to do. So the sadness inside of my heart I have for his plight is very immense. And I feel the same way because I had to do the same thing. That's why I call myself Lucifer. I had to do the exact same thing. I was ostracized and kicked out of heaven, which is the world, which is the society that I'm living. I'm a societal reject. So I had to find a way. The light couldn't do shit, couldn't help me. So I had to find a way to help myself. So I went and looked into the darkness to see what's going on. And I have found power there, which I use. So I understand, and that's the story of Lucifer is your story. If you're a demonologist, the story of Lucifer is your story. If you're a demonologist. it's your story. That's my story. It's your story. It's all of us' story. If you're in the light, well, the Jesus and blah blah blah. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop it right here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one, man. Peace out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a like and comment.